Welcome to the annual doctorate research poster session. My name is Dr. Linda R. Jordan, and I worked in corporate America for 27 and a half years, while also being a real estate investor for 20 of those years. I'm a recent graduate of the University of Arizona, where my study is focused on organizational development and leadership. My study is titled Real Estate Investors: How Intuition is Used in Making Real Estate Investment Decisions. My study was derived from my corporate and real estate experience. I wanted to understand how other real estate investors used intuition in making investment decisions. Real estate investors often make investment decisions that have a notable impact on their business and financial goals, and might find this study relevant to their business success. Entrepreneurs and leaders primarily use two methods to make decisions. The first being rational decision-making, which creates decisions based on logic and does not consider the emotional consequences of decisions. The second is intuition, intuitive decision-making, which is based on unconscious ingenuity. Behavior bias is taking risk and often influences decisions that leaders make. Leaders in business are known to analyze information using alternative measures and emotional filters. Leaders may also allow gut feelings or intuition to address the situation. There are two reasons that leaders make poor decisions. One, insufficient motivation, could have emotional thoughts, and two, cognitive biases, logical and deliberate thinking. Investors may make poor decisions based upon poor judgment, unpredictable methods of evaluating their finances, negative emotions, or being audacious. The specific problem for this study is focused on the fact that real estate investors lack the awareness of how and when they use intuition in the decision-making process. The purpose of this qualitative exploratory case study was to better understand the decision process of the owners of real estate investment companies and the use of intuition in making real estate investment business decisions that were deemed either successful or not successful. The overall goal of this study was to achieve an understanding of real estate investors' usage of intuition in making real estate investment decisions. Existing theories may help to explain how real estate investors might use intuition in investment decisions. While there is no hypothesis specific to how real estate investors may incorporate intuition in decision-making, two decision theories were used in this study to help understand how real estate investors make decisions: Kant's theory of intuition and behavioral theory, and general theory. 3 research questions were used. The first being, how do owners of real estate investment companies define intuition as it relates to making investment decisions? Research question number 2, how do owners of real estate investment companies describe their decision-making process, in particular, the role of intuition? And number 3, when reflecting on investment decisions that were deemed a success versus not a success, how do the owners of real estate investment companies describe differences in their decision-making process and the role of intuition? The qualitative exploratory case study utilized critical incident technique during the interview process. Now, this process allowed participants to provide or recall a specific incident during their decision-making process. The interviews were conducted face-to-face, utilizing Zoom technology. Upon the completion of the data was processed using a data analysis 5-step process. Those 5 steps consisted of compiling the data, disassembling, reassembling, interpreting, and finally concluding the data. Unit of analysis focused on 8 real estate investors in the state of North Carolina. They each had to meet the criteria of having 5 or more years of experience in the business, a minimum of 5 investment properties in the real estate portfolio, and having a college degree. The results of this study revealed 3 common themes: the meaning of intuition, valuing risk, and use of past experiences. The results of this study uncovered a variety of definitions to the interpretation and understanding of intuition as it related to real estate investment decision-making. There were 4 recurring definition terms, the first being gut, the second being trust your gut, past experiences, and finally emotions, which also encompasses spiritual feelings. As it relates to past experiences revealed a barrier that real estate investors have when it comes to making investment decisions. Past experiences also related to research that aligned with how good leaders use emotion and reasoning to make decisions that often have an impact on the customer and the decisions that were made. Finally, values and risk. There were 4 elements in this section: valuing time, customer value, balancing risk, and improving financial gain. Common phrases were derived from these themes as well. The first being, your gut helps to analyze and determine value versus the financial aspect of the transaction. Typically, every deal has people involved, so the investor looks at the wants, needs, and emotions of the players involved. In addition, investors don't always look at the numbers. That's not the only determining factor that they use. And then finally, the transaction is a combination of the data collected, the seller, because they want to make sure the seller is happy, and then completing the transaction within the time frame that meets the expectations of the customer. Recommendations for future research consist of, number 1, substituting the interview process of critical incident technique. While the critical incident technique placed a limitation on the ability of the participants to expand on their critical decision-making process, it may be useful in another research study. The second, repeat the study using a larger sample size. And then finally, repeat the study in another country. Comparing the differences of how real estate investors make critical investment decisions using intuition outside of the US may provide more data. Thank you for this opportunity to share my research. My name is Dr. Linda R. Jordan. My focus of study is organizational development and leadership. Please feel free to contact me at my email address below. Thank you.